Quickly, has anybody ever told you this while you're playing Call of Duty?
You suck, you jack.
The chances are probably, yeah. But whoa. Before we begin, and before we go any further in this video, I just need to tell you guys to put your emotions, feelings, and any pride you have behind while watching this because it's going to get hurt. And I know that for a fact because mine did while making this video. I'm Yoko for Yoko Gaming, and today we're going to figure out why you suck at Call of Duty and how to get better. Before we go any further, of course I have to plug myself because chances are you're new to this channel just by watching the video, and so if you do like the video, hit like and subscribe to see more crazy content once a month, or go back and look at the old stuff because there's probably a lot better. For those that are reoccurring, please forgive me, my microphone has broken, I'm waiting on a cord, so I'm using the Stream headset until we get that in, but let's proceed. Alright, welcome to the almighty notepad. Anytime we don't do a gameplay or in-game mechanics type video, we just bring out the notepad so that we can put all of our thoughts on paper for everyone to see, get a copy of, write it down for themselves. Of course, we will have gameplay clips and stuff in between. You know, we're not like Devin Nash or anything. But I want to break it down into 3 major categories, and I want to go into each of the subcategories in those categories. And when we get into this, you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'll write it all out for you guys. One thing I don't want to do is mimic other videos. Something I try to do on my channel is to take things from a different perspective and try to give guys and gals, I guess, a different way to look at things, without just being copy and paste of whatever the meta is for getting the most views. You know, I don't do videos necessarily for views, I do it to try to help people. So a common thing first is that if you look up best settings or something like that, they're all the same. How to get better at Call of Duty, they're all talking about positioning and taking shots, maybe aim trainers, using a mouse and keyboard versus a controller, not reloading when you still have a couple rounds in your clip, just simple in-game mechanic things, but none of them touch on the things that I'm going to talk about today because they just don't think the way I think, and that's just the way that is. The first thing to getting into why I suck is probably finding a team for solo queuing. Oh, don't need that W there. Solo queuing. And this is a big problem. Now, there's could be many reasons why you're solo queuing. It could be you're a solo player, and if that's the case, you know, kudos for you. This one's not going to be specifically for you. More often than not, you're doing duos, trios, and quads, for example, in Warzone, or even if you're just playing a Call of Duty game, I don't know, Modern Warfare, Cold War, the new Vanguard coming out, you're probably going to want to grind, maybe you're going to have to get the guns, and it's just going to be harder for you, and everyone has always complained about, my teammates are brain dead, they don't know what they're doing, they're not as good as me. Well, I'm here to bring out some statistics, so the likelihood of you finding a player that is your level, if you're above a 1 KD, is damn near impossible. Okay, so if we look at Call of Duty, I'm just going to put MW right now. The average KD is around a 1. No, excuse me. It is a 0.8 to a 1.5. Oh, I gotta get that on. 0.8 to a 1.5. All right. If you are playing Cold War, it is a 0.9 to a 1, which is actually, that's a little bit telling in itself. And then the average KD for Warzone, fucking typing today, Warzone, which you guys probably know, most of you watching this video are probably Warzone kids, is a 1. So the probability that if you are over a 1.5 KD, of finding people that are semi-competent in your eyes, or even if they're competent but they just can't slay out as much as you, for example, let's say you're the ultimate sweaty player, is very low, right? You're not going to find a team just by solo queuing. It is very random, very rare. I've found maybe 3 or 4 people that had 2+ KDs that I was actually able to friend up and queue with and play with, and we're friends to this day. It's very hard to find people that are quote-unquote semi-competent. So how do we get around that? Right? How do we get around finding a team? This is a big problem for everybody. People want to play with other people, not just on the social aspect of it, but to actually get better and win more games. Well, the first thing is if you're playing by yourself, there's 2 reasons. You're either playing at a weird hour, like maybe you're night shift, or you're very young. If you're very young, by the way, you're just socially awkward if you don't have people in today's society to play with, because as I'm going to show you, the first thing we have is Discord. For all you PC players and maybe even mobile users or even console players, there's Discord. We have Facebook, if you're old. There's Snapchat even. There's Snapchat, right? There's Twitter. There's YouTube. I mean, even on this video, you could find someone to play with. There's Twitch. I could just go on. There's so many outlets, and in between these there are subcategories. Okay, so like Discord, you have streamers Discord. Facebook, you have different groups and pages dedicated to different games and different. I mean, if you're a black over the age 40-year-old male that likes feet pics but wants to queue up on Saturdays for Call of Duty, there's a group out there for you. I promise. It's the most niche thing ever. If you're a Snapchat user or even TikTok, I forgot to put TikTok. That's a really big one. Twitter, you could just hit someone up and use hashtags. YouTube, streamers on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook always have chats open, and they actually, LFG looking for group or LFT looking for team. There's always people reaching out. Now, I'm not saying that every one of those people are going to be, the best. They may not have over a 1.5 KD, but it's good to just approach them, add them, play with them, and see if they're a good fit. It's way better than just solo queuing, getting toxic at the night because you can't do anything with your teammates, and then leaving disgusted. And that's not counting all the other mechanics in the game, right? Like, Vanguard is supposedly going to have a limited skill-based matchmaking, and I pray that's the case. I really do. But for right now, the Call of Duties that we've been having over the years have been increasingly more strict on the skill-based matchmaking. Warzone, even though Vanguard's coming and bringing an anti-cheat and stuff, and thank God for that, I don't think the skill-based matchmaking is going to loose up. It's hard to do that for 100+ players, so you're still going to get these KD discrepancies. So you might as well try to find people that are of that higher KD, right? And so how do you do that? Well, the first thing is just reach out. Just hey, I like you. Just an icebreaker. Hey, I like you. Can I add you? You play Call of Duty? Okay, well, let's game. Most of the cases is if someone is posting clips, especially if they're like very starting out or they don't have, like a group or a team or anything, just contact them. Just become friends. That's exactly how I've met like the best friends of my life, was just reaching out to them and adding them. All right, so you got that 10-minute talk video out of the way. You found your team. What do I do next? The next thing is learn or find your perfect playstyle. Learn or find your perfect playstyle. Everybody wants to be the best Call of Duty player they can be. Everybody wants to imitate or copy or mimic content creators, streamers, professional players. Right now, Call of Duty in general, if you look at content on the highest honored players, I would say, other than some like Iron and some of the outliers, most of them are very aggressive. They're doing high kill games. They're very rushy and very aggressive, using top tier guns. Just the best of the best that they can be. But they have a specific playstyle, and that's great if you want to model yourself after that, and you can do that. But a lot of you can't, or you're lying to yourself. So you need to be very honest to yourself if you want to get better at Call of Duty. One of the biggest things I tell people is people are like, man, I can't beat people up close on a mouse and keyboard. Like I just can't, like the aim assist or whatever. They'll give out a bunch of excuses. And so I'm like, so start rocking an AR, start sniping, start hanging back. You have to play the game differently. You may not get 1,000,000 kills, right? You may not be the top breaking world record, but like I always say, look at Iron. He's a very smart player. The majority of people say they don't like how he plays, but he's got a lot of respect for the amount of wins he has and how methodical he is with stuff. And he can still hit really good shots. He has a very specific, personalized playstyle, and you have to find that for yourself. First thing you can do is start looking at your gunfights. Looking at your gunfights, right? And figure out what you're more comfortable with. Are you not just how much you win, but how much you're comfortable with? Are you really comfortable with ARs, taking mid fights and head peeking things? Are you way more comfortable shooting mid to long range with a sniper rifle? Do you love and are good at absolutely finessing up close, stuns, downing, running around, just that intense Call of Duty play? Maybe you like it, but you're not good at it, and so you have to practice it. That's a different thing, but you have to learn and find your specific play style. Also coming in with a group, if you're playing quads for an example, or if you're even on a team playing an objective game, I don't know, capture the flag, domination, whatever. If you look at the professional players, not all of them are amazing killers. I mean, they can all be amazing killers, but they're all playing a part. Some of them are doing more of a recon stance where they take a spot in the map and they're trying to get as much information on player movement. Some of them are actively trying to rack up kills and use score streaks, and it's the same thing for any type of Call of Duty game. So pick out your play style. Once you have your team, mesh that with your team and decide who's going to do what and play what, and I promise you it'll go off much better. Okay, you've suffered through like 15 or 30 minutes. I haven't kept track on how long this video is, but I know it's going to be long, so I promise to wrap it up here. The last tip I'm going to give is to try to be something you're not, and the need to make content. Right, so let me go over the first one here and explain it. What do I mean by trying to be something you're not? There is a clear meta in Call of Duty. There always has been. There's guns that are better than others. Before Warzone, after Warzone, whatever Call of Duty you pick, perks, everything, there's always something that's just better than everything else. And so this is what the pro players are going to gravitate to, and even your content creators. They're going to go for the most nukes, the highest kill streaks, all that stuff. Once that gets boring, then they're going to start just cycling through guns one by one, saying that this gun's OP and broken just to get clips out and videos and stuff, and just to keep stuff quote unquote fresh, okay? But when they're in tournaments, when they're in serious plays and stuff like that, they're using a specific set of stuff. Never deviate from it unless the meta gives a reason for that, okay? So you need to find out what your play style is, like I said before. You need to not model it after these guys. I get that they're heroes, they are your inspirations for making content, whatever else. But you need to be honest with yourself here, right? If you're a 0.5 KD, there should be no reason you're rushing every gunfight. I get that there should be this equal landscape of like everybody has the same opportunity, but it's just not true, especially with the skill-based matchmaking with the games. Again, hopefully Vanguard will be a little more toned down, but for the time being anyways, if you're a 0.5 KD, bro, especially in Warzone, there's no need you should be rushing, stunning, trying to slip up and get 30 kills. It's just not your fight yet. You're just not there. Just don't do that. You have to find what works for you and what you're good at. Right, so there's that. The second part is to need to make content. I'm not necessarily saying you need to be a streamer, you need to make YouTube videos. All I'm saying is you need to make some type of content for yourself. Save some of your clips, your best clips. Save a couple streams if you do stream, even if you're a very low streamer, like, myself. Just do something so that you can go back and look how you play the game, and then you can reflect on yourself, right? Everybody's going to have this biased opinion, especially when you're really in the mood, like you should have won a gunfight, or you just died by hacker 3 games, and then 3 games after you had a bad game because you had a bad landing, or you didn't pick the right gun, or you're working on a different challenge. You can really get in these head swings, bro, and end up like FaZe Jev for the rest of your life. You don't want to do that. So you need to make content just to reflect on yourself and be like, oh, I didn't know I did that. Or I'm having trouble looking when I get shot in the back. Maybe I need to practice, turning my aim up, or my sensitivity up rather. I really stick to this gun, and instead of flipping out to the second one, I'm always trying to reload. Stuff like that. You need to save your content just to look. I mean, everyone has this weird memory, but if you can actually see it and you look at the gameplay of yourself objectively, you can really pick it apart, or even have your friends do it and just be like, hey, bro, can you help me with my game? There's no need to go to Fiverr and pay 50 bucks for a coach. So these are the tips I have. We'll go over them again. Find a team. You can absolutely find a team. There should be no reason for you to not find a team. If you suck, these are probably one of the reasons why. You're playing without a team. You're trying to mimic someone that you're not. You haven't found the play style that really works for you. And and I promise you're not making content for yourself and then going back and reflecting on it to be the best that you can. And these are probably some of the reasons that you suck. I would say watch this video and then go watch the clickbait videos of these are the best settings, you got to use this gun, these are things you're doing, you're trash. Also subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to watch those videos, that's great. That's not the content we make here. I want you to be a thinker, and I want you to play to your strengths. As always, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you even watched 10 seconds of it, I love you guys. I will see you next month when I do another video, as that's what my new baby in life allows me to do. All right, guys. Peace. Mwah.